Yu Pingkang is joining us now from Beijing. He's an assistant professor in the School of Finance at China's Renmin University. As you know, the cybersecurity issue very high on the agenda of this year's dialogue, according to a press conference of the Chinese Foreign Ministry. What's China's perspective on this issue?
Well, I think for one, China has demanded explanation from the United States for the information released by Edward Snowden in the recent incident. And then from the Chinese perspective, I also think from the perspective of the general public in the world, that further accusation from the United States about China's cyber activity will not have much credibility. Then now to this stage, I think both countries has realized the importance for establishing game rule in the government-supported activity, in the cyber activity in the future.
Another important issue, of course, trade between the two countries. What's your view on the possible outcome of this year's dialogue when it comes to that issue? We've already addressed the fact that I know there are a lot of people on Wall Street who want to get these Chinese deals done with the U.S., and they say one of the major obstacles is the government.
Right. And I think that for the trade issue, we will expect to see the Chinese side continue to push the United States to loosen its restriction on the exports of high-tech products to China, and also to recognize China's market economy status. I think that these type of issues are not new. It has been going on for many years. It also appeared in the agenda of the previous several rounds of dialogue, which also raises some criticism from the public that without reaching some concrete results, this type of dialogue tend to be another type of window dressing. But I think that this time around, with this new administration coming to power in China, the speeches and statements they make tend to be more forceful and specific. So I think it raises high hopes from the general public to see more concrete results to be reached, and at least to see more incremental steps to be made.
Well, let me let me kind of piggyback off that thought about the window dressing. You know, we see a lot of these meetings where you see leaders, they shake hands, or they sit down. It seems like they huddle for a long time. Nothing really concrete comes out of it. There are really high expectations for this round of talks. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think that's for some specific issue I just mentioned. These, you know, from the Chinese side, they want to particularly to push the United States to loosen the restriction on the high-tech products exports to China. And also, United States probably will push to China continually for opening up this domestic market for the U.S. investments. I think that really, you know, this time around, that particularly because of the new style of this new administration in the Chinese side, that the people will have better hopes to get better results than before.
Well, Professor, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you for taking time out of your morning to join us here.